Today, I'll be going over a few topics that have had the most impact on me during my time in this course. This course has shown me a completely different perspective of entrepreneurship I did not see prior. So I'll be going over those topics, starting with divergent and convergent thinking, design thinking and the 7 skills of designers that entrepreneurs should have, idea generation and the strategies used for it, and lastly, the in-class pitches. Divergent thinking is the process of creating multiple unique ideas or solutions to a problem that you are trying to solve. Through spontaneous, free-flowing thinking, divergent thinking requires coming up with many different answers or routes forward. In other words, being flexible to go to an unknown route, which may help your business in a way you cannot yet see. This is a valuable technique for thinking because if you are set in stone on a solution you think will work, on the chance it doesn't work, you won't have a clue on what to do. Your business will also suffer because you refuse to embrace a new route. Not only is it important for creating a business and surpassing the inevitable tribulations you'll encounter, it is a life skill that can help you in most aspects of your life. In a business sense, divergent thinking allows the management within a company to adapt their plans to the most fitting solution. This encourages proactive development from within the company. Divergent thinking is not the only type of thinking that should be done, however. Too much of this can lead to an endless ideation loop. What is ideation? Why is it bad? And how can divergent thinking lead to this? Ideation is the process of generating ideas on one or more topics in an open environment. It allows for free thinking and can lead to discovery of new products, but it can lead to talk of crazy, unattainable ideas, and without enough structure, it leads to nowhere. So with too much divergent thinking, this path of idea generating can still lead you nowhere. Convergent thinking mainly focuses on finding one well-defined solution. Convergent thinking embraces a solid structure and a clear one solution, unlike divergent thinking. This will result in a quicker solution. But as with divergent thinking, it would be detrimental to use only this kind of thinking, as you would have trouble developing innovative solutions to the problems being faced. Design thinking is the human-centered approach to innovation that brings together what's desirable. Teams use this to understand users, challenge assumptions, redefine problems, and create innovative solutions to the prototype and test. Design thinking stems from designers, which in an ideal world, entrepreneurs would display all 7 of these. Observing and listening. The first 2 skills a design thinker should have are pretty straightforward in what they mean. Observe and listen. For observation, that will require one to look and see what may be the most appealing for a design and put themselves in the consumer's eyes. But observation goes hand in hand with listening, because what you observe and may believe to be the best look or design, the rest of your team may not think so. Desire change. However, simply listening to criticisms will not necessarily change anything. You must desire change and growth. That is the only way to make something better, to be open to new ideas and accept those changes, as staying tunnel vision on a given design will 9 times out of 10 not pan out the way you want. Solution-driven. To be solution-driven means to have a mindset that encourages one to identify solutions that they can think critically about, communicate effectively, and understand how or why this is the best option. It is like being a problem solver. When you see a problem and understand the cause and effects, you can see how to fix those problems, and not just temporarily, but long-term. You cannot be lackluster in your efforts, especially in entrepreneurship, or your business is bound to fail. These 2 skills go hand in hand. To be unbound means you are not tunnel vision. You are willing to accept a new path. And consideration means you can also see why that new path may be the best option and are willing to go that path. Repeatedly in the course, it is stated that when creating a business, you will not go in a linear path just how you originally planned. You have to be flexible and know that a new path may be the best option. Idea generation. Idea generation, as I found in this course, is not as easy as I imagined it would be. On my own, trying to pop out an idea was incredibly difficult, so finding out all these steps of strategies helped me immensely. Starting with analytic strategy, this should determine how the data will be analyzed, but should also address where the business is today, where it will go, and how it will get there. This is basically an idea strategy where you use numbers to decide whether the business will stand a chance when it is introduced, how long it will take to be on its feet, and if it is overall financially feasible. Search strategy. This is the most related to how I try to come up with ideas. A search strategy is simply an idea generation method that requires one to think of their own experiences or memories to come up with an idea. This is as easy as thinking of a time when something could have helped you in a situation but was not available, easily accessible, or not yet a product. If it is not possible for you to think of many ideas based off only memory, asking those around you about their past experiences can also help too. Imagination based. This is my favorite type of idea generation because, in my opinion, it's the most fun and wacky out of all of them. Imagination based deals with more fantasy like, creative, and outlandish ideas. Ideas that do not seem possible or that would flop soon. However, this isn't always the reason for using this. Sometimes, out of all the crazy ideas that are brainstormed, there's a gem out there that can be taken, revised, and used to fully develop. Habit breaking strategy. A habit breaking strategy is a technique that helps break our minds out of the mental fixedness in order to bring out a creative insights. It's easy for us to get into a routine, much less a routine of using the same products repeatedly and not thinking twice about it. I think this is an important strategy because it helps bring out ideas that we would not normally come up with on a regular basis. Relationship seeking strategy. A relationship seeking strategy involves making links between concepts or ideas that are not normally associated with each other. I think this is one of the more unique strategies as it gives way to products and business ideas that you wouldn't normally group together. For example, a chair with wheels most likely was not originally thought of. However, the benefits of wheels by themselves and the use of a chair went together like PB&J. Development strategy. The strategy for an idea is as simple as it gets. Take something, anything, develop it in a new, unique way, make it yours. By doing this, it opens possibilities and alternatives to already existing ideas. For example, a desk used in a common classroom may have a built-in table to put your materials on. Someone took that pre-existing idea and said, I want to be able to get up without the table part in my way. So they made the desk where you can move the table part out of the way. Interpersonal strategy. In my opinion, this is where the best ideas are generated. Interpersonal strategy requires group interaction where ideas are formed as a group. Brainstorming is a common form of this strategy. It is very common interpersonal tool that emphasizes the creativity of the group rather than the individual. This is the most effective because sometimes an individual has troubles coming up with an idea, but there's a spark listening to others' ideas. In-class pitch. I absolutely love the pitches and the benefits I received from them. Firstly, the pitches were not mostly graded over the business idea itself. Yes, that was a portion of our grade as to whether it could be a legitimate business or not. Whether we actually did research over it, where the business would be at and why it would prosper. But what I personally got the most out of was conveying the idea out loud. It's one thing if we, as a group, just came up with an idea, slapped it on a paper and called it good, but that would not have yielded the same benefits. We were given critiques on each pitch as if we were actually pitching the business. No, they are not real businesses, but we were shown that even if we think we have all the problems solved and it is foolproof, it's not. If we did not correctly present the business in a coherent manner, the class would have questions like no other. And when that happens, the pitch sort of implodes on itself because the team wasn't ready for the questions. By doing the pitches, we learned how to convey the business, receive input to make changes in the business, and what we can do better on it next time. Coming into entrepreneurship, I had very limited idea on what it actually was. I imagined an entrepreneur was someone who just spouted out ideas left and right with no sort of structure and hoped a business landed. But that was not the case. Everything I've talked about had the biggest impact on me in this course because for some reason I thought coming up with ideas would be easy. It wasn't until I was given the strategies. The different types of thinking. It's easy to become set on an idea and try to deflect what others say. But in order to grow as an entrepreneur, we must embrace criticism and feedback.